Alright, right now it's the 20... what? It's the 24th of September. There's another flood, as you can see. I think it's only about a foot deep, and I'm considering waiting out there and rescuing some pumpkins today. But probably if I was smart, I would just wait a few days and until the river goes back down. But I don't know how smart I am. I wanted to come out here to see how bad the flood was, and to my surprise it's not as bad as I thought it would be. But this is the first sunlight we've seen in almost 3 weeks, so it's a good sign. It's supposed to rain more this week though. Anyway, it'll be kind of interesting also to know if my central mound worked like a fish trap again or not. I might try to get out there. I have to think this over though. I do have an extra pair of shoes and socks and underwear just in case, because I was planning on it being wet. Anyway, yeah, last time there was a flood this stuff was all underwater here, and I somehow hop, skipped and jumped on those rocks and got up over on this to film the garden, so might as well go up there again. This is about where I filmed the garden from last time. Well, with that big tree falling down, it's really a big mess in there. Oh well. I think it's less than my knees in most spots, so if I gain enough courage, I'll go waiting out there. I'll turn the camera back on when I decide what I'm doing. Well, I've been here for quite a while now. I decided not to go down into the water. It just seems like it's going to go away in the next couple of days, and I'll be able to get over there without making myself get wet. I'm also curious to know if this flood will kill off the vines, or if the vines will survive and continue to let the pumpkins grow a little bit more. October's another week away, so it is possible that they might not get killed. When I look over there from about right here, I can see vines in that sunny spot there. I can see the pumpkin vines sticking up. They're not wilting over. So maybe only the last couple days it's been this deep of water, and if it recedes fast enough, it might not affect them that much. But that's pretty cold water. I'm sure I haven't touched it, but I know that river is cold, and all that rainwater it fell when it was cold. It was not a warm rain. So anyway, I'm going to try to go through this mess of brick and piles of dirt and try to get over to a patch where I can see if I can film the pumpkins that are up on the tree. Well, it's pretty thick jungle here, but I made it pretty much to the edge, and this is the snake mound. Looking pretty good. Oh, I just saw a little fish. Anyway, there's one pumpkin just sitting up on that log, and hanging over the edge on the other side of that vine right in the center of the screen, there's another pumpkin hanging over there. I know it's in the air right now. I don't know if there are pumpkins on any of these vines going off in that direction. I haven't been here for a few weeks. I see a baby pumpkin right there. There's a pumpkin hanging on the vine there. There's a pumpkin in the water down in there. I can see it past, well, where the sunlight, well, I guess I shouldn't say sunlight, where the reflection of the sky is. It's in the dark spot in the middle. There should be at least 3 pumpkins hanging there right now. So there are pumpkins sitting there in the water. And I really just don't want to get wet. It seems to me it'll recede. You know, I never thinned this stuff out because I never planned on having to walk through it. Maybe I should make a path next spring for occasions like this. Oh, look at this. My little wild grapes. I didn't even know I had any here. I knew I had the vines actually, but I just never looked. They're not really great, but they won't kill you. They're kind of sour. I suppose if you ate a ton of them, they might make you sick, who knows. But these are not exactly the world's greatest grapes because they're not a bunch grape. They're just kind of a grapevine thingy. Probably can't even see that in my hand. That's too close. The water kind of snapped that vine off the string there. Maybe there's a pumpkin hanging on there. Maybe it's in the water. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see any pumpkins up in here. There's a small pumpkin growing way up in there. I don't know how far I can make it without destroying pumpkin vines. Okay, so this is the most dangerous thing I've done lately. If I fall, I'll be soaking wet. I decided to take a chance and come over here. There's my bucket floating. There's my little compost mound, which I didn't take very good care of this year. From this angle, I don't see any pumpkins down in the mound itself. There might be one hanging there. I can see the one that's down in the water. Well, actually that one I couldn't see from the other side. So I see one that's down in the water right there. Here is one hanging off the side. And this is the one I filmed that's sitting on the log. Other than that, there seems to be about a fist-sized pumpkin hanging up in that tree that I can see from this angle, which is kind of cool. I don't know if it'll get very big. And looking this way, I don't see that any pumpkin vines really made it out much further, so they seem to climb up the tree. There is one little pumpkin growing right here. You see that? I'm not sure if you can. So I'm sure I have lots of small pumpkins that have just started to set, like that little one down there. I think the flood will kill off these vines though, because from this angle I can see that a lot of them are more yellow than the green ones on the other side. So this will probably do them for the year. Probably put an end to all the pumpkin growth. And I'm almost tempted to take the ones I'm standing on top of right now, but maybe I'll take one of them. What should I do? I'm standing 5 feet up in the air on a slippery moss-covered log, and I have a big mess is what I have. Oh, there's a pumpkin floating I just saw for the first time. down in there. See that pumpkin? He's white. A white pumpkin. Hopefully, yeah, I really hope that the water recedes in the next 2 days so I can get out here and just, I'll pull out all the pumpkins no matter what state they're in. Okay, well, that's what you get for gardening in a forest. I was standing right there, by the way, and then I walked down right to there. That's where I filmed from the other side. I just got too curious and I had to come over here. Should I go any further? I don't want to disturb my pumpkins, so I don't really want to go much further. And these ones are anchored. This vine it climbed up on top of this log and it's hanging over the other side, and it's anchored with all those tendrils, and I don't think it's gonna drop down, so I'll let these pumpkins stay on this log. As tempted as I am to take them home, as long as I make it out here before the pumpkin thieves this year, then I'll be okay. Well, getting off this is going to be another little troublesome thing. But look at that, look at that. Got a pumpkin plant growing all the way up there, and one just wanted to start setting right at the top. And it's not going to have enough time, I don't think, but I'm trying not to damage any of these vines. I've got a good willow I can hold on to. Whoa, that was shaky. Anyway, I've got pumpkin up above my head. Not a pumpkin, but the pumpkin vine above my head. And since it's probably the end of the season, that'll keep it from growing further. Yeah. Okay, so I do see my amaranth with the seed head laying down in the water. Not what I wanted, but what can you do? There's another little pumpkin. So I'm sure besides the 5 bigger pumpkins I can see, there just has to be a few more big pumpkins in this mess. Because I remember last time I counted one time, I think I counted 16 and I ended up with 25, and then about 8 of those were stolen. So nobody's going to be stealing any pumpkins today. And I think because they see my other mound is underwater and also destroyed, that they're not going to think that I have any pumpkins out here, because this is not where I've been growing them. Okay, the problem now is to step over the vine without killing it. Okay, right in that mossy spot, and out. And on top of this, the log that's laying back that way is one of 3 trees. This one right here fell that way, that one fell that way, and the one I'm standing on, which is covered with vines, fell right up to here, fell down that way. It's completely covered in vines right now. So, yep, got a pumpkin vine going way out here. And as I did to the last one that was climbing up that tree, I think I'm going to put an end right here to her growth. See, there was a pumpkin that sat there, but the slugs ate it. It's not laying on the ground, it was just a little guy. I really don't think this one will make it. So, there's no sense. Anyway, it's fun as heck trying to grow pumpkins out here. Just making a big mess. I gotta make my way back in through this, right through that gap in the tree. It's not gonna be very easy. I'll go around my pumpkin here. Okay, pumpkin vine, thank you. The bees are buzzing me. It's better than having that big hornet after me. Holy cow, that thing is big. Alright, so it's going to take some crafty work to get through this vine stuff. Oh
my goodness.
Alright. And now I bust out back there towards that tree in the distance, and then I'm done. Alright. Over and out.